Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. This week, I would like to talk about whether you can get your ex back using the law of attraction. I've noticed that a lot of my coaching clients are talking about this, so I thought, okay, it's time to make a recording about this. Now, if you're not familiar with the law of attraction, which I would be surprised if you aren't, but let me briefly explain that the law of attraction says that in order to get what you want, you have to ask, believe, and then you'll receive. So let's break this down. The asking part is obviously easy. You know that you want your ex back. That's what you're asking for. Believe means that you behave as if you know it's going to happen and that it's just a matter of time. That's what belief is. You don't just say, okay, yes, I believe it'll happen, and then carry on behaving the way you've been behaving. And that's what trips people up. They keep talking about the breakup. They're listening to tons of videos on YouTube, including mine, about getting an ex back. They're spending their time being depressed or anxious or sad. And so since you get what you focus on, by focusing on that rather than the belief that you'll get your ex back, then you're going to continue to get more of feeling depressed, anxious, or sad. See how it works? Let me use this analogy. So you want your ex back, and you're at your house, and your house represents where you are now, and you want to go to your ex's house. So your ex's house would represent that you are back together. And so you decide, okay, I'm going to use the law of attraction. I'm going to believe that they're on their way back, or they're coming back to me. So you're at your house, you get in your car, and you start heading over to their house. And that's your belief that you're going to get them back. However, then you start throwing depression and anxiousness and sadness into the mix. And now you're going to start heading back to your house because you're stopping the forward movement to their house. You're stopping the law of attraction by what you're focusing on. And then you decide, no, I believe it. They are going to come back. So now you start heading to their house again. But you're not there yet. However, then again, you're worried. You think it's not going to happen. Where are they? And you turn back around and you head back to your place. So see how you're going around in circles? Because you don't fully believe it. Because if you did, you wouldn't be anxious or sad or depressed. You wouldn't be listening to tons of videos on how to get your ex back because you already had them back. You wouldn't be talking about the breakup because it would be over. You have to believe it more than you're upset by the fact that it hasn't happened. That's what belief is, belief in the unseen. That's what faith is. But most people can't do that because they look around and they see that their bed is empty and their ex isn't back yet. And so they go back to disbelief, and that's why they keep going around in circles. And that explains why most people who try to use the law of attraction, whether to get an ex back or money or whatever, won't succeed. It's not because the law of attraction doesn't work. Trust me, it works. But it's not going to work if you keep changing your focus. You're just going to keep going around in circles. So that's the great thing about doing no contact, because as time goes by, you generally lose some of that anxiety and fear and depression, and you kind of just let go. And because of that, you change your focus. You're not as worried. And that's why a lot of times the ex does come back, because you've let go of the fear of them not coming back. But that takes time. That's why generally it takes about 2 months to hear from someone, because it generally takes about 2 months to let go of that strong fear, because you only need to believe 51%. You have to believe that they will come back more than you believe that they won't come back. Just 51%. It doesn't have to be 90% belief. That would be really difficult. So you have to get out of your own way. And I know it's difficult, but focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. And let me know how it works out for you. So if you have any questions about the law of attraction or getting an ex back, or you're interested in private coaching, you can contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.